right, say shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom to all Israelites. Say shalom to those who are here at the House of David School. We'll say shalom to everyone watching on the live stream. Welcome to the House of David. We are the Israelites, where we teach the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true descendants of the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. And we teach that we have fallen into a lower state here in North, Central, South America, and really throughout the world, that the people that I mentioned are the so-called Israelites. I mean, the Israelites according to the Bible. Okay, and we fall into a lower state because we broke the laws of God found in the Bible given to us by Moses, and that we can come out of this lower state that we are in by learning and heeding to these commandments found in the Bible and following the whom the world calls Jesus Christ as our example, right? We teach that the so-called black man is the real Jew. We teach repentance. We teach history. We teach righteousness. We teach holiness. Okay, we teach law, right? And we teach family and community, right? We are here at the House of David, located at 191 Howard Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. Again, 191 Howard Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. We host our Friday night Sabbath services from approximately 7:30, 8 o'clock sundown to whenever the teacher's done. And then we host our main Sabbath day services here again at the House of David, 191 Howard Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, from approximately 12 p.m. to 2:30, 3 o'clock. And then we host a second service from approximately 4:30 p.m. to about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Come join us at the school. Come join us at the service at the temple. We welcome all Israelites. Okay, we welcome those that are within the truth, those that are without the truth. Come in fellowship with us. Our doors are always welcome to Israelites that are willing to come and worship in sincerity and in truth. We don't want people who come in just for strife and debate. We don't want people who come in to disrupt the services. We want honest, true brothers and sisters to come and join us in repentance and in honesty and in truth. Okay. My name is Yarapah. I'll be presiding over tonight's services. And before we get into tonight's main topic, y'all see the title of the class. But before we go into that, we're going to give honor to the Sabbath day. Like I always do whenever I teach a Friday night service, I always want to give honor to the Sabbath day because it is a holy day as we bring it in tonight. All right. So we're going to open with Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 33 and verse 7. And if anyone can't hear me, okay, everybody can hear me. Yes. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 33, verse 7. Verse 7 to 9.
Seven and verse 9.
30,
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 7 and verse...
Chapter 33, verses 7 to 9.
Salakia. 33. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 37. 33.
Verse 7.
Ooh, verse 7. Why doeth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun?
Right. So he asked, why does one day excel another when we get the same light from the same sun every day of the year? Right. The sun doesn't change, so we get the same light from the same sun every day of the year. So what makes a day different or more excellent than another? Right. Go ahead.
8. By the knowledge of the Lord, the Most High, that they were distinguished.
Right. It says by the knowledge of the Most High, the days are distinguished. Okay. So it's the Most High who makes the difference. He's the one who says this day is excellent above another. Okay. Go ahead.
And he altered seasons and feasts.
Right. So he said he altered seasons and feasts, meaning the Most High is the one who set the seasons in order. He's the reason why we have different seasons and the seasons are in order. Okay. And if you ever notice, the order of the seasons don't change. Okay. It's always the same every year, starting with the spring, then we go to the summer, the fall, and the winter, and then start right back over again. They don't change. Okay. You're not going to get summer and then winter and then fall and spring. You're not going to get that. You're always going to get spring, summer, winter, fall. Okay. And it says and feasts. So there are certain feasts associated with each season. Okay. And when you read Leviticus 23, we have a feast dedicated to each particular season. All right. In the spring, we have the Passover / the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Right. In the summer or close to it, around the summertime, we have the Feast of First Fruits. All right. So most of the time it falls within the spring, but it's always inching over closer to the summer. Right. And then in the fall, we have the Feast of Tabernacles. Right. The Feast of Trumpets and the Feast of Tabernacles. And then in the winter, we have Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication. So each season has a particular feast associated with it, right? And know they're all distinguished by the knowledge of the Most High, all right? And read verse 9.
Some of them had he made high days and hallowed them.
Right. Some days that the Most High made high and hallowed them, meaning he sanctified them, made them sacred days, separate from ordinary days, right? Read on.
And some of them had he made ordinary days.
Right. So he said some of them he made ordinary days. There's a difference between a high holy day and an ordinary day. And today, as the sun comes down on the 6th day, we are coming into that first holy day, which is the weekly Sabbath day. All right. And the weekly Sabbath day is from Friday night sundown, so-called, to so-called Saturday sundown. That 24-hour gap when the sun goes down on Friday to the time where the sun goes down on Saturday. That is the 7th day of the week. It is the holy day. Okay, it's the Sabbath day. All right, and the Most High made it from the beginning. So let's go to Genesis chapter 2, verses 1 to 3.
Genesis 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the 7th day, the Most High ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the 7th day from all his works which he had made.
Right. So it says that the Most High stopped what he was doing on the 7th day. You read Genesis 1, you read the story of creation, how on this day the Most High made this day the Most High made that, and so on and so forth, until you get to the 6th day, right? And on the 7th day, it says he rested, okay? He stopped what he was doing, all right? Read on.
3. And the Most High blessed the 7th day and sanctified it.
So he blessed it and sanctified it, meaning he made it a sacred day. It's a holy day, right? Go ahead.
Because that in it, he had rested from all his work, which the powers created and made.
Right. So it gives you the reason why. It says because he sanctified it and blessed it because he rested on this day. That's what Sabbath means, or Shabbat. It means rest, stop, cease, end. Okay. When you see the Sabbath day, you're coming to the day of rest. All right. From there, get me Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Because we always have to give honor to the Sabbath day.
Exodus 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Right. It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Right? Go ahead.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So we get 6 days out the week, right? So-called Sunday through Friday evening, right? We get 6 days to do all of our work, everything. Your chores, your day job, your field work, your grocery shopping, all of the above. You get 6 days to do it, right? Go ahead. Your laundry, this, that, and the third. Go ahead.
10. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work.
Right.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Right. So on the 7th day of the week, which starts tonight, We are not to do any work, us, nor our children, right? If you have children, their chores have to be done by at this point of the day. Their chores for the week have to be done. All the garbage, all the dishes, whatever you have your children do around the house, it has to be completed by the end of today, right? It says, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant. So if you own a business, right? You have if you run the business, that's what I'm saying. Like you own a business and you have people working for you, you are required by law, scriptural law, to give them the Sabbath day off, right? If you run a company, if you're just like a manager at a company that doesn't make the labor laws or doesn't make the employment rules, then that's above you. But if you own a business, if you have people who work directly for you and you pay them and you sign their checks and this, that, and the third, you are required by law, by the Most High, to give them the Sabbath day off. Or if you own property, right, and you have people who work on your property, if you have a contractor or if you have a butler, a maid, so on and so forth, you are required to give them the Sabbath day off as well. Okay, they're not supposed to work. You're not supposed to require them to work for you on this day. They deserve a rest just like you deserve a rest. And it says that cattle, right? If you own pets or if you have animals that, work in the fields for you, if you own a farm, this, that, and the third, and you have beasts of burden, as they used to call them, then they are required to get the Sabbath day off as well. Okay? You're not supposed to overwork your animals. You're not supposed to overwork your pets. You're not supposed to overwork your employees. You're not supposed to overwork your children. And you're not supposed to overwork yourself. All right? It said, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate. So when people come into our land or people come into our homes, if you are a practicing Israelite, when people come into your home, you are required to have them observe the Sabbath day, or tell them don't come. Right? If today's a Sabbath day, don't come over here with nothing. Don't come over here trying to cook. Don't come over here trying to clean, have no fun, any pleasurable activity, none of that. Okay, it's a Sabbath day. I must keep it holy. So if you're gonna come through today, then you will be keeping the Sabbath day with me. If not, don't even bother. All right, that's how serious it is for us. Right, verse 11.
Yeah, I just want to say this on this verse. I always admire this verse because the way it's written, it states, nor thy manservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger. It mentions the cattle before the stranger. It gives the cattle more preference over the stranger. Always admire that statement there.
Yeah, because it's under your domain, right? The cattle is under your domain. It's yours. It belongs to you. So you are commanded to enforce the Sabbath day on it as well, so to speak, for lack of a better term, right? The stranger can come and go. They don't come and go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They might be here today and won't come back for another 5-6 years, or they'll never come back. But the cattle is under your domain, so you have to instill that practice in them. All right.
Con. 11. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is,
right,
and rested the seventh day.
Right.
Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Right. So it gives you the reason why we keep the Sabbath day, because the Most High ended his work, like we read in Genesis, okay, and he hallowed it. So therefore, we keep the Sabbath day holy as well. All right. I want you to jump to chapter 31, verse 12.
Exodus?
Yes.
31 and 12.
I want you to read down to 17.
Exodus 31 and 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath ye shall keep.
So he said, verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep. I put emphasis where it says my Sabbaths, because people like to think that we made this up. Okay, those that are in the world and those who observe other religions, they like to think that we chose Sabbath day when we really didn't. Okay, it clearly says, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep. This is the Most High Sabbath. All right, we didn't decide today was the seventh day. We didn't decide that this was the sacred holy day. All right, we didn't come up with this. The Most High did. Okay, because I always hear people say to me, "Oh, you're keeping your Sabbath. Today's a Sabbath for you." I'm like, no. It's the Sabbath. It's the Lord's Sabbath. I didn't make this up, and I didn't decide this. All right. I don't know if you experienced that same thing, but people always say that to me, and I'm just like, I did not make this up. Stop saying it's my Sabbath. Okay, it's the Most High's Sabbath. All right. So read on.
Okay. Verily my Sabbath ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations.
And that's why I put emphasis on that, because it's a sign between us and the Most High. I did not make this up. He chose that for us, right? He chose that for the children of Israel. We didn't decide that it was going to be the seventh day. He did. And he said, it's a sign between me and you. That's how I know that you belong to me and I belong to you. You're mine, I'm yours. We're connected. We're forever intertwined with this now because of this, right? Read on.
That ye may know that I am the Lord, that doeth sanctify you.
See, and that's how it is. That's what it's for. That way, the Most High, the people will know that the Most High sanctified us. This is His Sabbath day. We did not make this up. I'm gonna keep saying that. We did not come up with this. This wasn't our idea. It's not the idea of man. The Lord did this on His own. He said, "Today is the seventh day. I'm gonna sanctify it, and I'm gonna put that on the children of Israel, so that way they know that I sanctified them." Okay. Read on.
14. You shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you.
Right.
Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death.
See, there you go. And that's how serious it was. The Lord said, if you defile the Sabbath day, I'm putting you to death. All right. Death is the penalty for defiling the Sabbath day. And that's why we have to take it serious. That's why I always say it's not mine, because I'm not going to put you to death for this. I did not decide to kill people because they don't keep the Sabbath day. The Most High did. I did not come up with this. Right? Go ahead.
For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
So there you go. That's how serious the Most High takes it. All right, read on.
15. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh, the Sabbath of rest is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Most High.
Right.
Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death.
Shall surely be put to death. So the work that we read about in Exodus 20, if you get caught doing any of that work, then you get put to death. That's how serious it was. All right, read on.
16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations.
Right.
For a perpetual covenant.
For a perpetual covenant. That means a continuous covenant. Everlasting. It never ends. It's perpetual. It's continuous. All right. It's a continual agreement between us and the Most High that we would keep His Sabbath day holy. Okay. Remember, we're His representatives on the earth. So whatever He does, we're supposed to reflect that in the earth. All right. So when we keep the Sabbath day, it lets the other nations and all the other people know that the Most High keeps the Sabbath day holy. All right. Is that it on that?
No, 17.
Okay, go ahead.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
Forever. See, it's a sign between us and Him forever, meaning all time. All right, read on.
For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day He rested and was refreshed.
You see, it keeps repeating that. For in 6 days, the Most High made the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day He rested. That's why we keep the Sabbath day, because He rested this day. So therefore, we rest. All right. Now,
that's it on that.
Okay, now jump to Psalms 118, verse 24.
Psalms 118, verse 24. This is the day which the Lord had made.
Right.
We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Right. This is the day that the Most High made. He made the Sabbath day, and we will rejoice and be glad in it, because if it was up to Esau, if it was up to these other nations, we would be working every day from sun up to sundown with no rest at all. It would drive us into the ground every day. Because that's what they did to us in slavery. There were no breaks. There was no Sabbath day. right? Even on so-called Sundays when they would go to church, right, and drag us along with them, we was working. We wasn't taking a rest, right? And by the time Master came back home from church, we better had his meals prepared, had all the work that we needed to get done, right? There were no rests on the Sabbath day. I mean, there were no rests back in slavery. So if it wasn't for the Most High creating this and having us come back to this knowledge, we would still be working sun up to sundown every day of the week. So we rejoice and be glad in this Sabbath day, because not only is it something that the Most High gave us, but every Sabbath day that we come to, right, we inch ever closer and closer and closer to our salvation.
All praise.
Right. So think kind of all the Sabbath days that you've been through, when we get that much closer to getting out of here. Huh?
Hallelujah.
Absolutely. Hallelujah. So y'all see the topic. It's called Master Thyself, Not So Shannon Sharpe, because we have to address this topic of our brother, our friend, Uncle Shannon Sharpe, right? He got himself in trouble yet again because he cannot control his lust. Okay? He has not been able to control his lust recently, right? So if you've been living under a rock recently, we've seen, or we've come to learn that old Shannon Sharpe, right, our brother, has gotten himself into some trouble with I believe she's an Edomite woman. All right. They say that she's like Latina or something, but you just looking at that woman, she's an Edomite. All right. You can just tell. This Edomite woman, this OnlyFans model, has accused our brother of SA, so to speak. I don't want to say the actual word because I don't want us to get flagged or anything, but he's being accused of assaulting this young white woman, and he's being sued for $50 million. $50 million. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, I like Shannon Sharpe. I believe I like the work that he does. To me, he's actually one of my favorite football players of all time. I like the podcast that he has, Club Shay Shay and Nightcat with Chad Ochocinco Johnson, another football legend. I like the work that he does, but sometimes Shannon, in his old age, doesn't always show the greatest wisdom when it comes to women. Okay, everything else in the world, right? He'll bestow upon us certain wisdom when it comes to work ethic and life lessons that he was taught by his grandparents, because he was raised by his grandparents in the South, right? And that old school mentality of hard work and dedication and dealing with people, he shines that, or he displays that in a very interesting way. And it's comical sometimes. Like if you ever listen to him on ESPN or when he was on Fox Sports 1, right? He'll display a lot of that wisdom. Yeah. He'll display a lot of that wisdom, but when it comes to dealing with women, he doesn't always show the best judgment. And that's kind of what happens when you get into that high society / A-list so-called celebrity. This is kind of you'll see how some of that wisdom, it doesn't reflect also in when he deals with women. So, like I said, the brother has been accused by this very young Edomite woman of SA and, taking her. Y'all get what I'm saying. I'm trying to be clean here because, again, I don't want to get flagged. I don't want this video to get taken down. And for the most part, nobody really believes her because they know that this is a shakedown. Let's be honest. It's a shakedown. And it just goes to show you what happens when Black men of a certain status and a certain prominence, you can't just deal with any old woman. You just can't give yourself over to just any woman. All right. And we're going to go through that, and we're going to show you how what happens when you give yourself over to the wrong type of woman, and what type of woman you should go seek after as a man. All right. What type of woman definitely is perfect for you, because Shannon is 56 years old, or he'll be 57, something to that effect. All right. The girl that's accusing him of these things is, I believe she's 19 or 20 years old, right? And this has been going on for a couple of years with them, so to speak. Now, again, Shannon is 57 years old, right? I'm 32, or I'll be 32 in a few weeks, right? This girl is too young for me. You know what I mean? She's too young for someone like me, my age. I'm half Shannon's age, basically, right? And again, this girl is too young even for someone like me. So you know she's too young for him. But because Shannon could not control his lust, all right? Because he could not control his urges, right? He got himself caught up in a situation, all right? And now this young girl, she is an OnlyFans model, which is basically another word for an adult actress, so to speak. They sell adult content on the internet for people to consume, okay? And he got himself caught up with one of those types of women, and as the scriptures will show us, those type of women are not to be trifled with, all right? So first scripture I want to go to is actually Proverbs chapter 23. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 26 to 28.
Proverbs 23, verse 26. My son.
Go ahead.
One moment. Okay. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch.
A whore is a deep ditch, right? The scriptures came out and plainly said it. A whore is a deep ditch. What is a ditch? A hole in the ground where the escape is really slim chances. And this is a deep ditch, meaning a deep hole in the ground, right?
Like
a whore is a trap, okay? And that's what this young girl is. She is a whore. Let's be honest about it. She's selling pictures and videos of her body on the internet. That is a whore, all right? There's no other way to put it, okay? That's what she is. And Shannon got himself involved with a woman that is a whore. And a whore is a deep ditch. It is a trap, okay? Because they will sell you out in a heartbeat if you can't provide for them what they want from you, okay? Read on.
And a strange woman is a narrow pit.
A strange woman is a narrow pit, okay? It's saying the same thing. She is a whore, and she's going to trap you. She's trying to get you caught up, brother, okay? She is trying to get you caught up, all right? Read on.
28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey, and increases the transgressors among men.
See, that's what it is. That's what she's doing. She's laying in wait for it. She's trying to trap Shannon, okay? She's trying to get him in trouble, essentially. She's trying to shake him down. This is what this is. This is a shakedown. And one of the few ways that we can tell if this is a shakedown is she's seeking after money as opposed to imprisonment, right? Now, apparently, according to the lawsuits, these events occurred within the last 2 years, right? By my understanding, that is not beyond the statute of limitations, right? Statutes of limitations is a certain amount of time that a crime can be tried for, criminal offenses, right? If this really happened within the last year or two, and this stuff happened to her, if he really did this, in my opinion, she would seek after imprisonment as opposed to money. The fact that she's filing money, that she's looking for money, and her lawyer, is the same scumbag that tried to accuse Jay-Z of SAing that young girl 20 something years ago. He's a known sleazeball.
Is he Amalek?
Huh?
Amalek?
I believe so. His name is Tony Busby. I wouldn't be surprised if he is Amalek, but he's definitely Esau.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely Esau. So now the problem with this, right, is that this young woman, she's clearly trying to shake him down, which is bad enough as it is, right? Which is bad enough as it is because she's lying. Okay, she's lying. I do not believe, and no one really believes that Shannon Sharpe did this to her. But doing so and lying about it, falsely accusing a man of doing certain things to you, one, discredits every real victim of these types of things. We know women get SA'd and assaulted all the time. And a lot of them are afraid to come forward because they're afraid that nobody will believe them, right? Doing this dissuades a lot of other women from coming forward and saying, yes, this happened to me, because they're going to think, yeah, she's lying because this one lied, right? It happens all the time. And not only that, she's setting Shannon Sharpe up really for death, because a lot of black men have been falsely accused of assaulting white women, right? And losing their lives over it, right?
Yeah,
the most famous example of all time, and this still burns my soul to this day. Emmett Till and Carolyn Bryant. That burns my soul to this day, because Carolyn Bryant falsely accused our forefather Emmett Till. Crazy to think that he's a forefather now, right? She falsely accused Emmett Till of sexually assaulting her or whistling at her, and these white supremacists kidnapped him from his uncle's home in the middle of the night, beat him so bad and blew his brains out and dumped him in the river. A child. He was a child at the time. I think he was like 14, right? Oh, and then come to find out after the trial, when of course Esau let the assailants off, they came out and said, yeah, we did it. Now what? I'm white and I say so. Yeah, what y'all gonna do? We can't be locked up because we can't be tried again. They came out and said it. Yeah, we did it. Yeah. What are y'all gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can't do nothing to us now. And Carolyn Bryant herself, she came out before she died and said, yeah, he never did anything. And because the justice system in America is so wicked and so inept, they failed. They had every opportunity to catch this woman in her lie, try her, right, and convict her of her lie, because there's no statute of limitations for murder in America. There's no matter what it is, there's no statute of limitations for murder. You could kill somebody 25 years ago, and they bring the evidence back, and they bring you back to court and say, yeah, we found new evidence that you did this, right? And she was able to go down to her grave without suffering for the evil that she caused. I hope the Most High burns her soul up. I really do, because she had an innocent child killed. You know, white supremacists, they go after children. All right, Esau he holds no bars. When he feels disrespected, blood has to be shed, and they will take anybody. They'll take men, women, children. That's the type of savage beast that he is. Go ahead.
And we take for granted that we think it's the white man all the time, that it was the males, but it was the women. The women are the ones that really stirred up most of the civil complaints or the rapes or whatever against the black man.
And that's what's happening to our brother Shannon Sharpe right now, whether we realize it or not. This is a humiliation ritual, okay? Because Shannon, again, he's moving up in Esau society, right? And they want to humble him. They think that this country boy from the South, he done played football. He made his money playing football. That was it. Now you trying to get into media? You trying to control narratives and images? Because again, if y'all ever listen or watch Shannon's podcast, Club Shay, he gives voices and platforms to a lot of Jake, a lot of famous black entertainers who come on his show and talk freely in ways that they can't do on Esau's platform, so to speak, right? So now that he's about to get his money, because he was about to get $100 million deal from a podcast company And now all of a sudden these allegations come out. Oh, he did this to me. He did that to me. It's a humiliation ritual, and he's getting caught up in it. But because he did not master himself, right? He didn't exercise the proper discipline in his love life. Now those things are coming back to him. All right. Now this woman is falsely accusing, and believe it or not, false accusations of sexual assault is not strange to the Bible. All right. We're going to read that real fast in Genesis chapter 39. Okay, because our forefather Joseph was actually also accused of this too. All right. I want you to read. We're going to read most of the chapter, so I kind of need you to like speed through it.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to start at chapter 39, verse 1. This was after Joseph's brothers sold him into Egypt. We're going to see what happens.
Genesis chapter 39 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph was brought down to Egypt.
Right.
And Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard.
So this is somebody who was in high society in Egypt, right? Someone who was up there. It says captain of the guard, meaning he was in the army, right? Go ahead.
An Egyptian bought him of the hand of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither.
Right. Remember, Joseph's brothers sold him to some Ishmaelites and then pretended that he was killed by a wild animal when they brought his brothers when they brought the coat back to Jacob. Right. Go ahead.
2. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man.
Right.
And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian.
Right. So an Egyptian captain of the guard purchased him from the Ishmaelites, purchased his services, right? And said, look, you're gonna work for me now, right? Go ahead.
And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand.
Right. So we see that this side. So we see that Joseph was actually working well in his master's house. He was actually prospering. Okay, go ahead.
And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house,
right?
And all that he had, he put in his hand.
So Joseph was excelling in Egyptian society, as we see, right? Go ahead. Just like Shannon, you see, Shannon is excelling in American society, right? Everything that Shannon touches, he prospers in. He had an illustrious football career. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest tight ends that ever lived. To me, he's the best. But either way, you see that he's excelling in this society. He had an illustrious football career. He was on TV. He's on TV, right? He's on ESPN. He was on Fox Sports. He was on CBS Sports. Now he's got his podcast and his media company popping off. So everything he touches, he excels at, right? Read on.
And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake.
For Joseph's sake. So everything that Joseph did, he in the Egyptian's house, it prospered because of Joseph, right? Read on.
And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house, and in the field.
And in the field, right? Go ahead.
And he left all that he had in Joseph's hands. And he knew not aught he had served the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eye upon Joseph, and she said, "Lie with me."
Right. So Joseph's master's wife started to lust after him, essentially. Right. Go ahead.
But he refused and said unto his master's wife, "Behold."
Notice he said he refused. He said, "No, I can't lay with you." Right? Go ahead, read that.
"Behold, my master, what wit not what is with me if in the house." I'm sorry, let me read that again. "Behold, he refused and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master, what with not what is with me in the house." And he had committed all that he had to my hand.
Right. He said, "Look, my master has given me everything, and he doesn't know all that I have, but he's given me everything, right? Go ahead.
There is none greater in his house than I.
Right. There's no one else in his house, no one of a higher status and no one greater in his house than me, right? Go ahead.
Neither had he kept back anything
right
from me but thee.
Right. He's the only thing that he's not given me is you. Literally, the only thing that he has not given me is you to sleep with, right? Go ahead.
Because thou art his wife.
See, and we knew that was unlawful to sleep with another man's wife. We understood that. Joseph, being a Hebrew, he understood, especially because his brother already did that. Y'all remember Reuben slept with with Jacob's concubine, right? And you saw how it angered Jacob to his soul. So he understood that, I shouldn't do that, sleep with another man's wife, right? Go ahead.
How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against the Most High?
See, how are you going to ask me to commit this evil, right? To commit this evil against the Most High, right? Go ahead.
And it came to pass, as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her.
So it's interesting that now that he knows what type of time that she's on,
she's gonna nag him.
Huh?
She's gonna nag him.
She's gonna nag him, and he's like, "Nope, I don't want to be alone with you. I don't want to be in the same room as you. I don't even want to talk to you." Right? In fact, there's actually another video. Go on YouTube. Open another YouTube tab for me real fast, right? Because there's actually a video where Shannon says something of that nature. Not that one. Open another whole tab, another YouTube tab, period.
Oh, another one?
Yeah, another YouTube tab. Because there's a video of where Shannon actually says some of these very same things, right? Bear with us, brothers and sisters. Bear with us. No, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Bear with us, brothers and sisters. Bear with us. It's not typing. You got to type on the other one, remember? You got to type on the other one.
How many other? Oh, this one?
No. Open the new tab.
Yeah.
Right. And then you use that keyboard to type on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
YouTube. Bear with us, brothers and sisters. Bear with us. I should have had this video loaded already because it's actually it makes a lot of sense, right? And it actually ties into what we're reading here with Joseph. Now, in that in the search bar, right? Type Shannon Sharpe, Not Alone with Women.
Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, Not Alone with Women.
Shannon Sharpe. Not.
Because Shannon has actually come out and said, like, there are times where he doesn't want to be in a certain room or a certain area alone with women. Like what does that say right there? What does that top one say?
Says black men should not ride elevators along with.
There you go. Yeah, click that.
Okay.
Now pause it and then share the screen. Share the screen so that the way the congregation can view it. Fair use, by the way. Fair use of the videos that we're gonna bring up. I want to say fair use now because I don't want us to get flagged for these things. I'm just using these videos to highlight what these, like, how these things, how Shannon's own words sometimes not come against him, but like actually like filter out into his personality and his mindset. All right, so go ahead, play that when you get a chance.
Okay.
Shannon Sharpe say he don't get in the elevator alone with fish.
Stop.
See, I ain't the only.
Yeah, play it again. They probably gotta go back to the other tab. Yeah.
Only one that don't fool up with fish. Oh yeah, baby. That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle.
This is a bunch of conjecture.
Funky, I've been saying went out bad all day, but these people want to know why you ain't say.
I actually want to get to where he. All right, stop there.
Why did they get on the risk of what? Sometimes the mention of impropriety is enough to sway people's opinion.
Okay, go back.
Really? So I don't do that.
Stop. Press play.
He avoids being alone with fish.
There you go.
Servers, housekeepers, and single women in the elevators. Take a listen.
Pause. So you see.
Yeah. So now do that.
Pause. Okay. So you see how in that video he's saying that Shannon Sharpe says that he doesn't like being alone with servers, room service people, or certain people in certain areas, especially women, because just the idea of it or the image of impropriety is enough to cause issues. All right. Go ahead. Press play.
Okay.
Single woman is on the elevator, I gotta wait. Wait, why don't you? Because they just get too horny. No, I don't. Why do they get on the risk of what? Sometimes the mention of impropriety is enough to sway people's opinion. Really? So I don't do that. So if a single woman's gonna go into an elevator, I'm not getting on it. And what do they? I don't let women servers come into my room to bring food. Really? If they come to clean the room, I leave the room. I sit in the hallway till they're done. Then I go back into the room. Now, have you ever blown someone's mind with that? Has a girl ever? No, I mean, a lot of times when people say it, like, okay, you get on. I was like, no, I'll wait till the other. They say, no, it's fine. And I just keep it moving like that. And see? Do you think that they're thinking?
So here's what's funny.
You can X that part out because you see how, again, in some areas he's like, okay, he's on point with it, right? Because that's actually a wise thing to do. If you're a man of a certain prominence, a certain status, you're going to be targeted, right? You're going to be targeted for certain things. And you see how he said, look, I don't want to be alone with you in this area. Same thing Joseph said when his master's wife started to try to come on him, and he was just like, you know what? I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to look your way. I don't even want to hear from you, right? So let's go back to the scripture.
Genesis 39 and 11. Okay. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business.
To work, right?
And there was none of the men of the house there within.
See, now Joseph's trapped. Joseph is trapped. He said there's nobody in the house with him, right? There's no other men. There are no other witnesses, essentially, right? Read on.
12. And she caught him by his garment.
So she grabbed his garment, right? She laid the trap for him. She probably told the guards, listen, disappear for a little while. Right? I got business to handle with Joseph, right? And once he started to do his business, she pulled up on him and grabbed him by the garment, saying this. Go ahead.
Saying, lie with me.
Right. See, I got you now. That's what she said. I got you now. You can't run from me now, boy. Right? Read on.
And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out.
So he ripped his clothes off and left it in her hand and said, nope, I'm not dealing with this. He ran. We ran for the hills. He ran for the hills. Read on.
And it came to pass when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and was fled forth, that she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying,
now look at what she says. Look at what this evil whore says. All right, go ahead.
See, he had brought in an Hebrew unto us to mock us.
So what?
To mock us.
Right. She's like, look, now since she couldn't get what she wanted, she lied on him. She lied on him. And that's the same thing that's happening to Shannon Sharpe right now. Because that girl couldn't get from her what she wanted, she lied on him. Because she was saying all kinds of things. His lawyer released the text messages. It was disgusting. She was like, I want you to put a big black baby in me and all this, that, and the third. It was just like, ugh. And then when he was like, yeah, I'm not into all this now. Now she's like, oh, word? Guess what? I'm gonna tell everybody that you did this to me. I'm gonna tell everybody that you did that to me. trying to get you caught up, right? Because that's exactly what Potiphar did. She's telling the guards of the house, see, look, my husband brought this Hebrew, right? Because remember, the Egyptians hated us, right? Especially because we were shepherds, right? Since they didn't like our kind anyway, right? Now I have occasion to lie on him, right? Read on.
Okay. He came in unto me to lie with me.
Now she's lying. You see the lie? She was coming on to him all this time. Now she's saying, oh, he's been trying to lay with me. He's been flirting with me. This, that, and the third. Go ahead.
And I cried with a loud voice.
See, what does that imply? What does that imply? That he tried to
rape her.
Exactly. He tried to rape her. Right? Read on.
15. And it came to pass when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out.
Right. So now, since his garment is in her hand, she's implying that he was naked and he tried to take my goodies, essentially. You see the lies that's coming out of her mouth? Right? Read on.
And she laid up his garment by her until his Lord came home.
Right.
And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, the Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. And it came to pass, as I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out.
So when her husband comes home, now she get the boo-hooing and she get the lying and she get the I've always said that white women tears is a death covenant for us as brothers. Because when a white woman start crying and she start, he did this, it's over for us. Once the tears start flowing, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's no escape for us once that happens, because a white woman's tears are gold in this country. It's gold. Once they start the crying and the lying and the snot bubbling, it's over. A black woman's tears don't mean nothing. To them, it's practically entertainment. To see our women in distress is entertainment for them. But for their women, it's an act of war.
Yeah, because they keep their women on this pedestal. You see, when these older movies start, you got, the white woman standing up there like the Statue of Liberty, like she's on a pedestal.
Yeah. Our women can cry their eyes out when our children get murdered and the black woman is crying and this, that, and the third on the news. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. But when their women start to cry, somebody has to die now. Somebody has to be punished. Right? Go ahead, read on.
19. And it came to pass when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, after this manner did thy servant to me,
right? That
his wrath was kindled.
So now think about this. All the things that Joseph had done for this man in his house prospered, everything that's been going on, right? His wife comes in and says, oh, he tried to rape me. All of that goes out the window. All the good works that Joseph had done is gone out the window. Now he's mad with him. He's angry with him, right? Read on.
And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound. And he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph.
But see, the Most High was with Joseph because he knew that he was innocent. Right? The Most High knew that Joseph was innocent. Just like we all pretty much know Shannon's innocent. We all know that Shannon didn't really do this. Right? It's just that this woman wants something from him and he's not giving it to her. So now she's using other methods to get that from him. Right? Go ahead.
And showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison.
There you go. So you see that Joseph got put in prison on a false allegation. And that happens to black men every single day. We get falsely accused of all kinds of things. And we get thrown in prison, right? And a lot of us don't make it out. Or we'll get out 25, 30 years later and they say, oh yeah, we found some new evidence that showed that you weren't there this whole time. It's like, duh, I knew that. I've been saying this for the last 20 years. How many brothers have been recently let out of prison off of false allegations because they found some new DNA evidence and said, yeah, you weren't, yeah, the evidence showed that your fingerprints weren't on the gun, or that your seed wasn't on the woman, or whatever have you. Right? It was somebody else this whole time. Duh. Now I can't get that time back. You know what I mean? It happens to brothers all the time. All right. But nonetheless, we say all of this. Again, this woman is lying. Okay. We can all pretty much tell this woman is lying.
Con.
All right. No one believes that Shannon Sharpe did these things to this girl. Nonetheless, remember what I said earlier. That girl is too young for him. Okay. She is way too young for him because she's too young for me. All right. Think about it. If she's 19 to 20 years old, that means the earliest she was born is like 2004, 2005. Right.
Just turned 20, she's born in 5. So she said she's 19, born in 4.
There you go. She wasn't born during 9/11. If she wasn't born during 9/11, she don't remember where she was. She's too young for you. All right. She's too young for me at that point. If you can't tell me where you were on 9/11, you're too young. I'm sorry. All right. That's just how I do it. Right. But either way, this woman is too young, and Shannon was warned about this stuff. Okay. He was warned. Okay. And this is where we're going to get into some of the videos. All right. He was warned against dating younger women, and he was warned about dating white women. Okay. So I want you to go to the first video with Monique. Okay.
Yeah.
The first video with Monique. Again, fair use, YouTube and Club Shay Shay and all of this, because I'm just using this video to show y'all Shannon was warned, okay? And we're going to go into the scriptures about these things. Again, brothers and sisters, please don't mind the language. Y'all know Monique, she uses very colorful language. And yeah, she's a comedian. That's what they do, all right? So start the video from the beginning, because this clip deals with a few things. One, she addresses the idea that he doesn't date black women, which is a running theme in his life. Apparently he doesn't date black women, but they address that first, and then they address the other thing. Okay, so whenever you're ready, play it. Again, fair use, YouTube, fair use.
I don't know if you said this, so I don't want to quote it because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women.
Pause.
And
pause. Now, first of all, remember, she gave him the benefit of the doubt. She said, look, I don't want to quote you on this because I don't know if you said it or not. That's actually wisdom right there, because if you hear many things that people say, or things that people said that someone else said, and we all take it for gospel. Oh, this person said this, that, and the third, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You don't know for certain. Did you hear that person say it? Did you? No? Okay, then don't take it. Take it on his face as it is what it is. But she actually addressed him and said, I don't know if you said this or not, but I want to address it with you. All right, go ahead.
Before you go any further, can I say this?
please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
All right, pause.
Come on, baby. Come on.
See, again, remember I told you before at the beginning of the class, there's a lot of times when he highlights a lot of the wisdom that he learned growing up, because again, he was raised by his grandparents. All right. And throughout, if you watch Shannon Sharpe enough, if you watch his podcasts, or if you watch him on ESPN, or whether you watch him on Fox Sports, he always quoted his grandparents when they tried to teach him certain things. And a lot of them are a lot of things that are biblically sound and worldly sound too. She told him, don't chase a lie. All right. Because you'll never catch up to it. All right. Bring that back. Go back about 5 seconds. Okay. Right there.
Come on, baby.
Go back another 5 seconds.
Come on.
What?
Go back some more. Go back some more. Go back a little bit more. All right, go ahead. Right there.
Yes.
Please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Never chase a lie, right?
Baby. Come on. Come on.
Why?
And you never said that, right?
I've never said.
Okay, so that's why I said
I got black kids.
that's what I said. I said them babies black.
Yes.
They not confused.
Pause. So you see, he addressed it immediately. He said, I never said that. I never said I don't date black women. I have black children. Okay. Shannon has, I think, 3 kids, 3 or 4. I think he has 2 boys and a girl, or 3 boys and a girl, or 2 boys and 2 girls. I don't know. But he has black children. So clearly he's been with black women in his life. Okay. So where that idea that Shannon doesn't date black women is, to him, it's a lie. All right. Go ahead. Which we approve of, by the way.
Yes. We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black. They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black, right?
Yes.
Black. Okay. You a football player with a lot of money. When you go into a city and you was in your prime, you had your pick. It's no different for a woman.
Pause.
When I went to
So clearly, like I said before, when you're of a certain societal status, okay, people will throw themselves at you. All right, women will throw themselves, and some men too, unfortunately, they will throw themselves at you. Okay, she's saying the same thing. It's like no different for a man. I mean, no different for a woman. When I go on the road, things people will throw themselves at me too. Okay, go ahead. Just to show you the type of lifestyle that these people live. All right.
no different for a woman. When I went to a city, everybody wanted to be Professor Ogilvy. Hey, and I would pick him. Okay, you look like you could be.
But see, here's the thing. Now, Mo, all of a sudden, you being this fat black woman, it ain't a problem. Because I remember you said it was.
Well, let me say this. First. It wasn't never a problem with me being a fat black woman, because real black men, they like them in all shapes and sizes, all complexions.
If you know Jake, if you know Judah, especially Judah, all right, we like them all right? We like our women big, skinny, medium, that don't matter, all right? Judah, I know skinny black men that love humongous black women. I know humongous black men that love skinny black women. We like them all. It don't matter, all right? We like them all. Go ahead.
And they like them in all shapes and sizes, all complexions. It is these new Negroes that get into she gotta be this way, she gotta be that way. But real black men.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi.
Keep playing.
See, I have a question for you. If you had to make a choice between having massive impact.
There we go.
If you can bake a pound cake naked, what y'all talking about?
Dating. What advice? If somebody, if a group of women were in here and it's like, come on, they talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Stop. See that? See what she said? She said, "I'm glad I'm not 56 and trying," because she's addressing him directly. Okay, and his dating habits. And you see, you see how he responded. He's like, wait a minute, she's talking about me now. All right, play. Because she's gonna warn him. All right, she's gonna warn him, and she's gonna warn him straight up.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you. I ain't breaking down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
See? You see what she said? She said, look, Shannon, you need someone who's going to rub your feet, cook you some smothered turkey wings, and love on you when you come home and rub your feet and all that good stuff. That's what you need. You can't be dealing with these young girls, okay? You need someone your particular age, someone who understands you, someone who's in the same areas of life as you. Go ahead.
And you heard what he said? I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, I do need to
No,
get
because she said you can't do it 26 or 36, not even a 46. He said, no, that's what I need, thinking that he can keep up. But no, he needs somebody that's gonna love him the way he needs to be loved. And she's telling you, you're not gonna find it with a woman that age, in that age range. Okay, because even for me, I'm in that age range that she's talking about. And the girls in my age range, I don't know. There's something wrong with them. All right, there's something heavily wrong with them. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, you know, all women are the same.
Of course not.
Well, yeah, it's the mentality. You know, you got younger women like older men. You know, like
absolutely, yes.
You know, it's like that.
Yeah, but she's saying to him, you need someone who's gonna love you the way you need to be loved. A woman that's perfect for you, right?
His
and
age
you're
range.
not gonna find it in that age range, Shannon. You're not. Okay. Yeah, play the video again.
That's all it takes is a whole ass.
These young bitches, and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's gonna say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like it, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like
and she don't have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack for me. Come on now. These young gals will bite you.
See?
Okay?
They'll bite you.
Yeah.
You know what she said?
Okay, I gotta come on home.
Come on home, Shannon. And y'all stop putting lies out about my brother, because I was in my feelings when y'all said he didn't date black women. Y'all stop that shit. You stop it. Now he might throw a white one in there every now and again. And it's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes we ain't into everything. We don't do everything. Right. So sometimes Uncle Shay need a spice of life. Yeah, see? There you go. He need to go across the street, but he always gonna come back. That's all we said to you, Open Tyler. Come on home. Come on.
You can stop that video there. So y'all see, he's warned. He was warned. He said, listen, Shannon, get you a woman in your age range, so that way you can be loved the way that you need to be loved by the right one. Because if you get with these younger girls, they're going to bite you. That's what she said. These young will bite you. And that's exactly what's happening. Hold what you got. Get me Psalms 95, verse 7. Verses 7 and 8.
Psalms 95, verse 7.
Time.
For he is our power, and we are the people of his pasture,
right,
and the sheep of his hand.
Right. He's talking about Israel and our relationship with the Most High. But this is what I really want to get to, right? Go ahead.
Today, if ye will hear his voice.
Ye will hear his voice, right? If you hear the Most High's voice, I taught a class about that a few months ago. If you hear the Most High's voice, right? Read on.
Harden not your heart.
Don't become stubborn. Listen, okay? Now, I'm not saying that directly that was the Most High talking to Shannon, but it kind of was the Most High speaking in a similitude of Shannon. Stop messing around, all right? You're in a different space in your life. You're in a different area. And if you're going to be with a woman, you got to get with the right type of woman, okay? Because the type of women that you're into, they're not good for you, okay? They're not. They're just not good for you. They're trying to take from you as opposed to building with you and loving you and cherishing you. Listen to all the things that she said that he needed in a woman. A woman was going to rub his feet, feed him some smothered turkey, all kinds. Listen, that was music to my ears. You know what I mean? That was music to my ears. So imagine a man that's actually looking for a woman like that, as opposed to just a woman who just wants to go on a night on the town. She wants to spend all your money and this, that, and the third. She only with you because you got status and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, Shannon, you just can't do it no more. Maybe back when you was playing, you can live that type of life. But now, no, brother, no, it doesn't work. Okay, so read that again, please.
Okay, 8. Harden not your heart.
Harden not your heart. Don't become stubborn. Don't get hard-headed. Okay, don't get hard-headed when it comes to hearing the instructions of the Most High. Okay, and that's something that we as brothers got to do too. We cannot be hard-headed when it comes to the Most High's instructions. Okay, we can't be messing around with any old kind of woman. It doesn't work. You're gonna get caught up. All right. Now, from there, right? Again, oh yes, Shannon was also warned before that by Cat Williams. Okay, y'all remember the Cat Williams interview? Now, to me, that was the Most High speaking to all of us. Okay, the Most High really used Cat Williams in that interview because he exposed a lot of things that we all kind of had an idea of, but it hits different when it comes from someone on the inside. All right, and he's telling us basically, listen, y'all a bunch of devil worshippers and miscreants, okay, sexual deviants in Hollywood and this, that, and the third. So you can go to the second video on the second tab, right? Because he barely warned Cat about dealing with white women, dealing with these Edomites, okay?
Right.
Yes, that one. Start that from the beginning also, please.
Yes.
Again, fair use, and don't mind the language, brothers and sisters. Okay, if you have children, may not want to have them listen to this, but this is grown adult talk, okay? And real honest talk, because there's powers of evil at work in these types of scenarios, all right? Okay, play it when you got it.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
The canceling. What do you think about this cancel culture? You see this?
See? Again, he was warned. He said, look, I didn't mess with white women because they can destroy your life in 2 weekends. You can be Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror was a Marvel character played by Jonathan Majors. All right. He had himself a white woman and she accused him of battery and assault, had him running down the New York City streets, running from her. And he said, you know what? She once she got the police and everything involved, he lost that Disney gig, lost all his money. Now nobody want to touch him. Right? Now nobody want to deal with him. Nobody want to put him in their movies because of the BS.
White woman.
Because he dealt with a white woman that took from him. All right? These white women are dangerous, y'all. You gotta stay away from them. These white women are dangerous. Okay? Is that play the whole video? I think it might be it on that, but that's
so culture. You see the situation with Jonathan Majors. I mean, for all sense and purposes.
Keep going.
I don't know if maybe he can bounce back in a couple of years, but man, he was hot. He was hot. He was cooking. I mean, you see him in Creed. He's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Cat Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right? Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play.
Come on.
And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Shannon Sharpe is facing a civil lawsuit filed in April 2025 by a woman known as Jane Doe, accusing him of and emotional abuse during their relationship, which began in 2023. The woman claims the relationship turned abusive over time, citing incidents from late 2024 and early 2025. Sharpe denies all allegations, calling the lawsuit an extortion attempt and providing text messages to support his defense. He has stepped away from Eastman to focus on the case.
So you see, again, Shannon was warned. He said, look, I don't deal with white women, and part of that social contract when you move up in Esau society is you do understand we can take you down at any moment, right? And like I said before, Shannon was about to get that $100 million deal for his podcast network and this, that, and the third, and that's when they came to collect. They said, nah, who does Negro think he is? Who who does this Negro think he is? Too high in society? Because when you own media and you can like control narratives and things like that, Esau doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you start putting out black images and black black prominence and black excellence, they don't like that because they say, no, we want to control that narrative about you.
Mm-hmm.
And we will use whatever we got to do to humble you and humiliate you. And that's what's happening to our brother. Okay. Now, you can go to the third video with Ocho Cinco. Which I Ocho Cinco. Okay. Because like I said before, Shannon has two podcasts. It's the Club Shay, which he does the one-on-one interviews, and then the Nightcat podcast with Chad Johnson, where they go over like the day's sports, and then they go and get into like relationships and work stories and family life and things like that.
What's that? Is time? No, not as time. Chad Johnson?
Yes, that one. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, because what does it say there?
Nightcap.
No, what does it say at the description at the bottom?
Oh, Chad Johnson wants to set up Shannon Sharpe with Yvonne.
Oh, perfect. I like this one. Okay, so this one here, Chad Johnson is trying to tell Shannon what type of woman he needs. Okay, we're gonna get back into the scriptures. Don't mind me. We're gonna get back into the scriptures. I want y'all to see Shannon has been continuously told, warned and explained to like, yo, this is the type of woman you need. You're at a different space in your life. You can't be moving like the way that you used to move. And in these streets, in this day and age, you can't live that type of life and think you just gonna get away scot-free. You need someone to settle you down with. You need someone who's gonna hold it down for you. All right. So play that video.
I don't know if you've heard this. There's an insecure actress, comedian named Yvonne Orji. Has never been. Say she a 39-year-old virgin. Say she wait. Say she has been married. She gonna wait. But when her husband, when he get all that, she gonna be wooling.
All right, Paul.
The funny thing about you.
So okay, they're talking about this. This is an old story, so to speak. There's an actress in Hollywood named Yvonne Orji, right? And at the time, she was 39 years old. If you ever watched the show Insecure by Issa Rae, right? She played Issa's best friend in the show. She's a tall, skinny, dark-skinned woman. Very beautiful actress. But she played her best friend in the show. And interestingly enough, in the show, the best friend was a bit of a streetwalker, so to speak. Like she was the whole best friend, so to speak. Her friend, she was very promiscuous in the show, but in real life, she's a virgin. Okay, she's untouched, she's unmarried. She says that no man has laid with her, right? Which is a very interesting concept in this day, and especially in Hollywood. A black woman that is a virgin, untouched, she's practically a unicorn at this point. All right, go ahead, play a video, and listen to what Ocho tells him during this time, right? And then
mention that, and that's one of the topics.
Listen to what Ocho says, and then listen to what Shannon says in response.
For the night, and I tweeted you earlier today about her. I didn't tweet you, but I tweeted my followers. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places, being unionized with because she would be perfect for you and what you have going on. Not only is she walking the path of righteousness, but she has the vision that can open the door where you trying to get to. Now, what you think about that?
Pause.
I'm looking for a sinner.
So he said it already, but y'all heard what Ocho said, right? He said, look, she's untouched. She's walking in the path of righteousness, right? She's trying to get right with the Most High. She's trying to be a righteous woman. What do you think about being with her? Right? I want you to just go back about 5-6 seconds because Shannon kind of answered him. It was a little facetious, but you can really tell where his mind is at. Right there. That's perfect. Press play.
Followers, I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places, being unionized with because she would be perfect for you and what you have going on. Not only is she walking the path of righteousness,
but she has the vision that can open the door where you trying to get to. Now, what you think about that?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for
Wow.
You see what he said? He said I'm looking for a sinner. He's looking for a sinner. That's crazy.
Oh,
he
snap.
said, Ocho said, look,
Oh.
she's perfect for you. She's God-fearing. She's walking the path of righteousness. And she got the vision to get you where you want to go.
I got to play that part again.
That's
I
it right
cannot
there.
believe
That's
he
it right
said
there.
Open the door where you trying to get to.
See, pause.
Now, what you think about?
He said she's gonna help you. She has the vision to get to help you get where you want to go. Is that not what every man wants in a woman? I want someone who's gonna like be there for me and walk this path with me and this, that, and the third, yada yada. She gonna help me get where I need to go. Isn't that not what every man wants?
You would think.
You would think, right? What does he say? Go ahead.
That.
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was? The one that you
Nasty B?
He said, send me Miss Nasty B. Y'all know who Miss Nasty B is? She's another adult film actress, so to speak. Okay.
Wow.
This is the type of women that he's into in his old age. He's not mastering himself. All right. Because at his age, he honestly, if we're gonna be real honest, at Shannon's what, 57, 56, 57 years old, he honestly should have been married for at least 10, 15 years at this point. He has kids, yeah.
He's not with the mother.
No.
So I'm just gonna say this right quick. We already know. And it says in Joshua 24 verse 15, that's gonna be with us.
Exactly.
My house shall serve.
Exactly.
Path.
Right. Read on. Continue this video. Yeah, it's crazy. You want a sinner.
Wow, Miss Nasty.
Nasty B.
Nasty.
Yeah. I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking straight and narrow.
Woo.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
So,
I want to sinner.
Listen, I thought we as
that's what I'm looking for.
We always talk about toxic relationships or toxic environments, and now you have a perfect opportunity. You have the perfect opportunity to get you somebody that is aligned with your core values in the way you was raised by your grandma. You was raised in the church, right? You was raised in the church.
Yeah.
Well, this is a God-fearing woman. This is exactly what grandma would want. This is what I want for you. This is what I want for you, man. I'm telling you, this will prepare you into a world you've never been before. You flew private today, right? Because you sent me a video boasting about it. But think about it. Think about you on that private jet with Yvonne, and y'all going over the word, going on to your next destination. Y'all having prayer and Bible study together.
Oh Lord!
Before you got to go on first take. Think about that. Think about before you and her. Before you do nightcap with Uncle Ocho, me, you, and Yvonne, we have prayer right before we do each show. Stay with me now. Stay with me. I'm telling you, you need a woman like that in your life.
Yeah. Give me Miss Nasty B. I have the Bible right there by my bed.
Lord,
forgive me.
Pause. Y'all saw all y'all saw everything. Y'all heard everything Ocho said, right? Y'all heard everything. Ocho was speaking wisdom into him. He said, look, think about it. Y'all gonna be on a private jet. Y'all going over the scriptures together. Y'all having prayer together. And every time before you go on ESPN, she's standing with you. She praying with you. Every time before we come on, we all pray together. Nah, give me Miss Nasty B. I want that nasty woman. What are you doing? No wonder you got caught up in this foolishness.
Come.
No wonder.
I didn't know he was that screwed up.
No, like I said, this might be all in facetiousness. Like he might just be trying to be funny, but in every joke, there's a line of truth.
He's serious.
This is exactly what he's looking for.
He is serious. And then the brother brought up about his mother, how she raised him, and he has no respect for that.
Listen,
give me Miss Nasty.
He said, Nasty B. Yes, I want that nasty one. The woman who's shaking all that stuff on the end. That's what he want. That's what he want. Now, again, it shows you Shannon was warned. Okay.
Yeah, he was warned.
Continue to play the video, please.
He was warned.
Now this is his locker room talk. This is locker room talk.
Okay. Man, let me play. Lord, I'm sorry. I'm up here fooling.
See,
you always on some bull jive. She appeared on Chelsea Handler podcast. Whether she's still a virgin, to which she answered yes. She jokingly asked her listeners to pray for her future partner because the weight has left her with a great deal of pent-up energy. Many fans commented how hard it is to believe that.
So you'll see, Shannon was warned. All right, Shannon was warned, and the scriptures warn us. Okay, the scriptures warn us too. Now we're gonna get into Sirach. All right, we'll go back to Ecclesiasticus. All right, Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verses 1 to 10. Again, I like Shannon Sharpe. He's funny, he's entertaining, he makes for great television. But when it comes to stuff like this, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't jive with that because I don't feel that same way at all, really. All right. I don't want to be with a woman that that the whole world done seen. You know what I mean? I done seen you in action, and anybody could just buy a picture of your naked body for $9.99 a month. I don't want to be with that type of woman. I don't. All right. Go ahead, call it when you got it.
Sirach 9:1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
Right. So don't be over jealous. When it says don't be jealous, it means don't be over jealous, right? Don't be too crazy about the idea of losing your woman, because that's what jealousy is. The thought of the negative feelings that come with something of value being threatened, right? So it's saying don't be over jealous of the wife of your bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against yourself. Don't let your woman think less of you. Don't let her lose respect for you. All right. Or don't teach her things about you that may cause her to lose respect towards you. All right. Read on.
2, give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
Right. So there you go. It says, give not thy soul unto a woman, meaning don't overly dedicate yourself to her to the point where you start to lose yourself. If she says her, she's going to trample all over you. If you, there's a lot of, listen, women will lose respect for you if they can walk all over you. All right. That's what Sirach is warning his son about. Don't let women walk all over you. Okay. Read on.
3.
This is the key here. Go ahead.
Meet not with a harlot.
With a harlot. You know what a harlot is? A whore, a prostitute, a sinner. He said, I want a sinner. No. Meet not with an harlot. Okay. Read on.
Lest thou fall into her snare.
There you go. She's going to trap you. She's going to trap you. All right. These women will trap you, brother. He's getting trapped right now. He's getting shaken down. All right. By a harlot. All right. Read on.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a sinner.
That is a singer.
Lest thou be taken with her attempts.
So don't be caught up in the fact that she can sing and dance and yada 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 yada, this, that, and the third, like some of our female celebrity singers like Beyonce or Rihanna or any of the sort, right? Don't get caught up in the fact that they're like that. All right, read on.
5. Gaze not upon a maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Right. So don't get caught up in her beauty, is what he's saying. All right. Don't get caught up in what she looks like, because looks are very deceiving. All right. They be outward beautifully and ugly internally. All right. Because you go on the internet, you go on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. These women look absolutely like stunning, but it's not real. Half the time, one, it's not real. Okay. Because they don't really look like that. And number 2, a lot of them, they may have all these likes and followers and comments saying, oh my God, you look so beautiful. And then there's other men in their instant messages trying to do nasty things to them, saying all kinds of crazy things to them, like, showing their lust for them and this, that, and the third. And it's just like on the inside, you have no idea what this woman's like. She might be the nastiest woman that you've ever met. So he's saying, don't gaze upon a maid, lest thou fall by those things that are precious in her, right? Read on.
6. Give not thy soul unto harlot.
There you go. And Shannon gave his soul unto a harlot. He's giving his soul unto a harlot.
And he wants to.
And he wants to. That's the type of woman he wants.
That's nasty.
All right, read on.
That thou lose not thine inheritance.
See, and he's about to lose his inheritance because she is about to run him for all his coins. All right, he's about to lose a whole bunch of money over this. He's going to lose sponsorships. He stepped away from ESPN already for a few months, right? He's off TV, right? He's still got 2 podcasts, but he might lose that podcast deal, the $100 million deal, all because he wanted to lay with his harlot, right? Read on.
7. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city. Neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof.
Right. Don't go looking for that woman anywhere, right? Go ahead.
8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman. And look not upon another's beauty.
Right.
For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman.
There you go. Go ahead.
For
herewith
love is kindled as a fire.
See, there you go. So he said, don't even look. Don't get caught up in what she looks like, okay? Because again, she's an OnlyFans model. She's supposed to not supposed to, but she looks like that on the regular. She's supposed to be very attractive. She's purposely showing off her assets, so to speak, to attract suitors. She's doing this on purpose, but inward she is a harlot. This is the type of woman she is. Don't get caught up with women like that. All right, this is what the Most High is telling us. Don't get caught up with these harlots. I was about to use another word, but either way, read verse 10 or read verse 9. Yeah, read verse 9.
Sit not at all with another man's wife.
There you go. Don't sit at all with another man. Don't even go out to lunch, dinner, nothing. If the woman's married, you are not supposed to have one-on-one time with her. All right, read on.
Nor sit down with her in thine arms. And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
See, don't go out to no bars, no restaurants, no. If she's a married woman, you are not supposed to have one-on-one time with her. You either hang out with her in group settings, or you make sure her husband is present. Okay, you make sure her husband is present. You ain't supposed to be having one-on-one alone time with another man's wife. All right. Read on. Finish that verse.
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
Because you're going to fall for her. All right? Hold on. You're going to see why this man married her. Now you're going to start lusting after her. You're going to start coveting her. All right? So you're not supposed to have one-on-one time with another man's wife. All right? Go ahead.
And so through thine desire, thou fall into destruction.
There you go. You're going to fall right into destruction because you're going to drive a rift between her and her husband, right? And the Most High is going to judge you for that. Lay with another man's wife. The Most High is going to judge you for that. All right? Now jump to...
That's 10. You want 10?
No, I don't need verse 10. Get me... jump to chapter 26, verse 19.
Give me that again.
In Sirach.
Yeah.
Sirach 26,
okay.
Verse 19. Okay, because remember, Ocho told him, look, she is this woman, this actress, right? The woman that they brought up is an actress. So she understands the life, right? And yet she was able to maintain her purity and her virginity during her career, right? She may have acted on TV in a sexual manner, but in real life, she's not that type of person. But Ocho was telling her, look, this woman is perfect for you, huh? Imagine the type of life that you two could have together. All right. So when you got that
Sirach 26, verse 19. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers.
Meaning don't the flower of his age, meaning maintain your sexual discipline, essentially. That's what he's telling him. Maintain your sexual discipline. All right. And don't just give whatever, don't give yourself over to any old body. All right. He said, and give not thy strength to strangers, meaning don't just give yourself over to anybody. That's not wise. You got to practice some sexual discipline.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's something that we as men have to also do. Practice that sexual discipline.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Read on.
20. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thine own seed.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
So he's basically telling him, he's using the similitude of a field to a woman, right? When you have a fruitful possession, sow with your own seed. When you find a good woman, you stay with her and you guys get together and create a family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You get with this rightful, a fruitful possession, meaning a woman that's good for you. All right? A woman that will cherish you and love you, and it has beautiful visions for you and respects you. You get with that woman and you stay with her and create a family. Okay? That's what he's telling us. All right? Go ahead.
21. So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified.
So you have the race that you leave will be magnified, right? Right? Our descendants, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Our family history will be magnified. We have an excellent name. The Sharpe name will be magnified in the earth, essentially, right? Go ahead.
Having the confidence of their good descent.
Descent. Go ahead.
A harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
These harlots, these hoes, I'm sorry. These harlots ain't worth a damn. That's what he's saying. These harlots are worth spittle. They ain't worth a damn. Don't give yourself over to them. Don't join yourself with these harlots because they're nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, read on.
But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Look at that. It says a married woman is a tower against death. Against death to her husband. She will bring life to her husband. If you get married to the right woman, then she can be a tower against death to you. But you messing with harlots and OnlyFans models and Instagram models, you setting yourself up for failure, my man. Because all they want from you is money.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They're gonna trap you. They're gonna try and get a pin a baby on you, and you're gonna be stuck paying child support for the rest of your days. Right? That's all they want from you. They look at you and see a check. That's it. But a woman that loves you and cherishes you, she's gonna be a defense against death. Long life. Remember what Monique was telling him, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need a woman that's gonna love you, Shannon. Mm-hmm. That's gonna give you some smothered turkey wings and red velvet cake. She's gonna feed you good. She's gonna make sure you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Black Crow, about that, we already know the kids are gonna suffer.
The kids are gonna suffer, exactly. In situations like that, the children suffer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because their mom is a harlot, their father is absent, and the relationship between them is just transactional.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. All right, read on.
23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
So check that out. So he said he wanted Miss Nasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does that say about Shannon?
Yeah.
That he's wicked on the inside.
Right.
All right. That's what it means. He's wicked on the inside. Unfortunately.
He admitted. He said he wants a wicked. He wants the nasty one.
He wants a wicked woman.
Mm-hmm.
See, like basically all of this, a lot of them, they going broke.
Yeah, they broke. They
taking, you know that?
Yeah, they take from them.
He's about to fall in.
Exactly. He's about to lose everything that he worked for. He done think of all the injuries. Think about Shannon. I don't know if y'all know, but Shannon had 2 hip replacements after his career in the NFL. Right? 2 hip replacements. All the broken bones, all the concussions, all this, all that. You done broken whatever, right? You done torn whatever. Everything. Everything that he's done in the world of football and now in the world of media, everything that you worked for is about to be thrown away over a 19-year-old harlot. Is there wisdom in that? No. All right, let's read on.
Okay. 24. A dishonest woman contempteth shame.
See, a dishonest woman like this girl that's accusing him of essay, she's dishonest. All right, she's being dishonest. All right, read on.
But an honest woman will reverence her husband.
There you go. All right, read on.
A shameless woman.
A shameless woman. That's what these Instagram models, these OnlyFans models, these girls who post themselves or who sell themselves on the internet, they're shameless. And what are they? Read on.
Shall be counted as a dog.
They're dogs. Right? The scripture says a shameless woman is a dog. A woman who shows her behind all over the internet, she's a dog. A woman who sells herself on the internet, she's a dog. Okay? A woman who tries to trap men in snares to get money out of them, guess what? They're dogs. All right? And guess what? So the men who engage in this behavior, they're also dogs too. All right?
Yes.
They're dogs too.
Come.
Right? We're not gonna just bash the woman for this. No, the men involved are dogs too. All right, read on.
But she that is shamefaced. Oh, it says fast there. Will fear the Lord.
Read verse 26.
A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. But she that is dishonored, that dishonoreth her husband, that dishonoreth him in her pride, shall be counted ungodly of all.
There you go. So you see what type of woman Sirach was trying to tell his son to get with. All right, get with a woman that's going to love you and cherish you, but don't be dealing with these harlots because they're everywhere. All right, they're everywhere. All right, from there, we're not strangers to this. Okay, we are not strangers to this because one of our forefathers got caught up with a harlot, and it cost him everything in the long run. All right, so I want you to go to Judges chapter 16, verse 1.
I was hoping you go there. When you were saying scriptures about lie with her, I thought about Samson. You know, I was thinking that. Kept trapping him too. He finally gave in.
She certainly did. Judges chapter 16, I want you to read verse 1 to 5.
Judges 16, verse 1. Then went Samson to Gaza and saw there a harlot.
And harlot, Samson, one of the judges of Israel, right? Samson, the mighty Samson, got caught up with a harlot, a whore, a hoe. Okay, read on.
And saw there a harlot and went in unto her.
And went in unto her and laid with her, laid with a harlot. Right? This is Shannon Sharpe. Because you see Shannon Diesel. All right, Black Superman, Diesel. Even in his old age, Diesel still work out to this day. Every day he works out. And in fact, he met that girl at the gym.
Wow.
He met that girl at a gym and exchanged numbers and said, "Oh, I like that."
How old is he?
He's 57.
Oh, okay.
How old is she?
She's like 19, 20.
Oh.
Like I said, she's too young for me. So you know she's too young for him. All right, read on.
2. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson has come hither. And
so the word got out that Samson's in town and he's laying with this harlot. Right now, if she's a harlot, she's known in the streets. All right, she in the streets. She's for the streets. So they know who she is, and they probably know that Samson laying with who? Oh, we can get her to conspire against him, which is exactly what's gonna happen. All right, read on.
Okay. And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city.
So they laid wait for him in the gates of the city once they found out he was in town, plotting to kill him. All right, read on.
And were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him.
See, look at that. Stayed out the city all night for Samson, laying with this harlot, mind you, so that way they can kill him. A whore is a deep ditch, right? Read on.
3. And Samson laid till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors of the gate of the city, and the 2 posts, and went away with them.
He broke out. Samson broke out the city and tore the doors down, essentially. Go ahead.
Bar and all.
Bar and all. Carrying this heavy bar and all. He broke out the city. Right? Go ahead.
And put them upon his shoulders, and carried them up to the top of an hill that is before Hebron.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah.
Go ahead.
And the lords of the Philistines came up unto him and said unto him, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may blind him, to afflict him, bind him, to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver.
So there you go. So they were so amazed by his escape from the city that when Samson got with Delilah, and I'm not sure, I don't believe that Delilah was the same harlot that he slept with.
Right.
But the fact that they got a woman to entice him and lay with him, and they were going to pay her for it, that in essence makes her a harlot as well.
Right.
Because she's going to receive payment for laying with him to try and get to try and figure out where his weaknesses are.
Right. Not because she cared about him.
Not because she cared about him. She didn't want him for his mighty strength or his character or anything of that nature. She wanted him because she was going to get something out of it. She gave herself over to another man so that way she can get paid. All right, go ahead.
That's what I'm saying real quick. Remember when you were saying earlier about Shannon Sharpe, grandma said about center, then like when Samson got talking to beauty, but she was beautiful, probably sexual now, but she was wicked on the inside.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now from there, get
6.
me. No, you don't have to read verse 6. Get me Proverbs 29 and 3.
Who?
Proverbs 29 and 3. We're almost done. Proverbs 29 and 3.
Proverbs 29 and verse 3. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoices his father.
Right. So whosoever loves wisdom rejoices his father, makes his father happy, keeps his family name proud, and this, that, and the third. Right? Go ahead.
But he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance.
So you keep up with these whores, right? You can keep spending all your money. Whores are expensive. All right, especially them high-end ones. Right? $1,500-$1,600 for one night. That girl said she wanted $25,000 per cheek. Per cheek. Part of my language, part of my, like, you know, the graphicness of what I'm saying here, but that's literally what she said. $25,000 per butt cheek. Can you make what sense does that make? Is that, listen, $25,000 is tuition. That's a car note.
You know, pay down on a house.
A down payment on a house or something. $25,000. That's expensive. These whores are expensive, man. Right? Read that again.
Okay. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoices his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance.
There you go. Spendeth his substance. Now Shannon's about to spend out all this money on this lawsuit. Right? Paying these lawyers, and if they find him liable, guess what? He has to pay this woman $50 million. That's expensive. I've never even seen $50 million.
And I don't think he has it.
I don't know what. I don't know, because you know why? Shannon came out and said, "Now this is probably where the danger came." Right? One time, Shannon said that the Cat Williams interview paid him more than his entire NFL career did.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Yes, he came out and said that straight up. He was like, look, whatever number you think it is, multiply by 3. He said, no, whatever money you think I made in the NFL, I done made more just off of that one interview.
Wow. All right.
So he may have it. Honestly, he may have it. I don't know how much he got, but he got something.
Right,
$50 million is still expensive.
Yep.
Especially
sure
on
is.
one woman. Absolutely not. I don't know.
Right.
I don't think I want to spend $50 million on one woman, especially if we're not married.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But Shannon thought he could escape.
Mhm.
Okay. He thought that nobody was going to see him. All right. So I want you to go back to Sirach. So you can spend a lot of time in that book.
Right.
I want you to go back to Sirach. Go to chapter 23. I want you to read verses 18 and 19.
23 and 18. But you know, when you listen to him talk, you can see he's a foolish man. I mean, these people were wanting him, and he's stating that, yeah, but I want this. You know, that's foolish talk.
Yeah,
at that age.
Especially that's really where everybody is getting on him about. It's like, you're 56, 57 years old. Why are you messing with women that young? All right. It gives creepy uncle vibes at the cookout. It gives the uncle who molested the little girl in the family. You know what I mean? That's the type of vibes that type of behavior gives off. Because, you know, unfortunately, in the Black community, we do have sexual predators within families. You know, uncles and even fathers who molest little girls and young girls and whatnot. They touch even in little boys too. It ain't just little girls.
Right.
We have a lot of child predators in the Black community, and we try to sweep it under the rug. But when this story came out and they found out who the girl was, it was like, come on, Shannon, you can do so much better than that. Why at that age, at your big old age, why are you messing with girls this young? She can't even legally purchase alcohol. Think about that. She's not 21 yet. She can't legally purchase alcohol. Why are you messing with her? She is way too young for you, right? And then we go back to what Monique and Cat Williams was telling you. Yo, you need a woman your age, okay? Get with a woman your age who can keep up with you, who can love you the way that you look. You need a woman who can recognize the sign of a stroke. You know what I mean? Who knows CPR, just in case. You know what I mean? You need a woman who understands you. These young girls don't understand you. They just want to check.
God.
You understand?
Right.
That's all it is.
That's it.
All right.
Sirach 23 and 18.
God.
A man that breaketh wedlock.
A man that breaks wedlock. Ricard went over this a few weeks ago. A man that breaks wedlock, who's not who breaks the marital vows, right? Go ahead.
Saying thus in his heart, who seeth me?
Who sees me? Who knows about this? Right? Don't nobody know. I'm trying to be low and quiet about this. Who sees me? Right? Read on.
I am compassed about with darkness.
Nobody sees me. I'm what's done in the dark, right? Come on.
The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me.
And nobody sees me, right?
What need I fear? The Most High will not remember my sin.
There it is, right? He's like, Lord, forgive me for this. We sin preemptively thinking that the Most High is going to forgive us just off rip.
Yeah.
Not realizing, no, it don't always work like
that. Right.
All right. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes the Most High forgives, but a lot of times he's just like, yo, I'm gonna hold this against you in the end. All right. I'm gonna bring this up when you're in the end. All right.
Or he's gonna put you through it.
I'm gonna put you through it. Yeah. Go ahead.
19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
They think that only they fear man's punishment. Right? What man can do to you. Right? They only fear that. Or that your name is going to get sullied in the streets, right? Go ahead.
And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Brighter than the sun, right? The Lord sees everything. Everything that we think that that nobody can see, the Most High sees it all. He got angels everywhere. He's looking, reporting back to him. Yo, you know this. Okay, this brother did this today. This sister did that. They didn't think that we saw them. Nobody saw them, but we did. All right. So put that on the books.
Yeah.
Put that in their books.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Put that on this rap sheet.
Right.
Because when your rap sheet gets called, you go, okay, you remember on such and such date you did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna go, what? You remember that? Oh yeah, we kept record of that.
Mm-hmm.
We know what you was wearing that day.
Mm-hmm.
We know what time of day it was snowing on January 13th, 2025, and you was doing this. We saw you. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Now you have to pay for that. The judgment for this, okay, yeah. Into the pit you go.
Mm-hmm.
He got angels watching over you every second while you sleep, right? And when you wake up, the first things that you do, they take note of. The good work, your good works and your evil works, they take note of those things. And they report back to the Most High every time. And they hold the records, they put it in your books, okay? And keep record of it until the final judgment comes. And when the final judgment comes, they're going to weigh all these things out, the evil that you've done versus the good that you've done, and whichever one is heavier,
that's the judgment.
That's the judgment. You can either receive everlasting life or you can receive eternal damnation. Pick a side. Like, be careful what you do in the dark. You don't know who's watching.
Yep.
The Most High is watching you.
10,000 times.
And Shannon thought that he was low with it because nobody knew about this. It just came out of the blue.
Wow.
This came out, a week and a half ago, and it came out of the blue. I remember one of his ESPN co-hosts, Stephen A. Smith, he said, we found out 2 minutes before we went on air that this happened, that the lawsuit came out. 2 minutes before they went on the air. The show starts at 10 o'clock. They found out 9:58 that the lawsuit came down. Wow. And it was like, whoa, where'd this come from?
Wow.
Right. Was that in on that?
No.
Okay,
it says, beholding all the ways of men.
See, looking at everything that we do, watching everything that we do, what we watch, what we consume, what we eat, what we say to each other, what we say inside our minds and our hearts. He weighs all of those things. He takes note of all those things, right? Read on.
And considering the most secret parts.
And consider whatever thing that you really think that you can hide from the Most High, you can't.
Gone.
And Shannon thought that he could just skate on by. No, brother. No. Sorry, but no. Okay? No, it's not going to work that way. All right? So we see Shannon was warned. He was warned, and he should have found him a wife, a woman to settle down with. He, like I said before, he's 56, 57. He should have been married at least for 15 years now. At the least. When I know the pro athletes get a bad rap for their promiscuity because they live life on the road. You know what I mean? When they're in their professional seasons, they're not home a lot. They dedicate a lot of their time to the craft. All right. Even in the off season, a lot of them dedicate their time and their energy to their craft. And that's what Shannon Sharpe actually always said. He said the reason why I never got married is because I was too dedicated to playing football and this, that, and the third. And when he was too dedicated to his work. Right. One athlete that I give credence to is Derek Jeter. Okay, because he waited till after he retired to get married and have children. Because he said, when I was playing, I was too dedicated. All right. But then once he retired, he got married, and now he has a full family. He's got 3-4 kids, and he's living a life. He's living a married life. So kudos to him. He waited, and he played 20 years for the Yankees in New York, where nothing you do is hidden.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything is on display for you in this city, right? So he waited till he got married. He waited till he stopped playing to get married. Okay? He waited till he was done. That way he could dedicate his time and his efforts to raising a family. Which is wisdom, okay? Because a lot of athletes, they get married while they're playing, and then they go on the road and they step out on their wives and their children, and then next thing you know, their wives and their children get taken from them. Okay, and think about it: Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, even Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, cheated on his wife while he was playing. Just most athletes, they create their families and then break them apart, and then wind up with Shaquille O'Neal. You see Shaquille O'Neal, she had Cookie had all them babies by him. She had like 6 kids by him, and he out here messing on the road. Now he's alone. He has nobody. All right, he has nobody. Right. So Shannon really should have found him a wife. Right, he should have found him a wife a long time ago. I think there's one more video.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and it says that Shannon says it's time to settle down or something like that. Play that. That's the last video I have.
Right.
Because eventually he came to his senses, so to speak. I think that's it. What does it say at the bottom?
It's time. What's it? UNC is ready to settle down.
There you go. Okay. Yes, play that. That's it right there.
All right. Look like you got them all.
Says he will not be getting married until he wins the Super Bowl. I don't think I'm ready to get married anytime soon. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl, Ocho.
Right. See, pause.
What you think, Ocho?
So you see, again, a lot of athletes, they're starting to wise up. A lot of athletes are saying, look, it's not smart to get married while I'm playing. Okay, because I can't dedicate my time and my efforts to my wife. I'm too focused on the craft to focus on my family. Okay, one athlete I will give credit to is LeBron James, because he married his high school sweetheart. Right, he stayed with her his entire career, 22 years. He's been playing 22 years now, and you don't hear any scandals about LeBron James cheating on his wife. They have, I think, 3 or 4 kids together, and she stays out of the way. She stays out of the spotlight. Okay, he stayed with her his entire career. All right, and you don't hear anything about LeBron James stepping out on his wife, cheating on her, or anything of the sort. Okay, he's committed to her and being one of the greatest players that has ever played the game. So he's in that rarefied space where he's a high performing and high profile athlete and was able to maintain and keep his family together. Okay, but a lot of them are not like that. But a lot of them are starting to follow that trend of, I'm gonna wait till I get married. I'm gonna wait till I'm done playing to get married. All right, go ahead.
I like it. I mean, depending on where you are in life, I think that scenario we talked about night before last, or maybe last night, simply about the quarterbacks and how things come into fruition, how life changes for the better when you get married, when you have that structure and discipline on your hip. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing for the quarterback situation. For some reason,
I didn't even watch the video that far, but I knew that was where he was going. Okay, because we're actually gonna get that. Read that real fast. Because I actually have that written down. Okay, Proverbs 18:22. Stay on the video, but read that scripture real fast, please.
Proverbs 18.
Proverbs 18:22.
Proverbs 18:22.
Yes, sir.
Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing.
You heard Ocho just say, whoever finds a wife findeth a good thing. Remember, Eve was made for Adam. She was made specifically for him. Perfect. She was perfect for him, as the scripture says. And it said, and you hear what Ocho said. He said, look, your life changes for the better when you get married. Right? Life is better when you're married. There's supposed to be an enjoyment and a happy fulfilling when you get married. Okay, that structure and that discipline comes with married life, right? Which is what Shannon Sharpe clearly needs, because he's running out here with no discipline, right? So he's telling him, look, it's a good thing to get married, because Ocho's actually been engaged several times. I think he's been married once, and he sees the value in it because he's been there before, and it's just like, look, my life was better when I was married. All right, yeah. Continue the video.
life, it just everything falls in order. You know, it's like a domino effect. The receiving, I'm not sure it affects you in either way. So I understand Putin Nakua's focus to want to focus on winning a championship.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store, preloaded,
which he has a good chance of doing, especially with the addition of my guy, the greatest route runner of all time, outside of myself, and Devontae Adams. Matthew Stafford at the helm, Mr. Gunslinger himself. He has a good chance to do that. So I get it.
Bear with us.
And you see the quarterback, they get it, Ocho. You see Josh Allen got engaged. Dak Prescott got engaged. Jalen Hurts got engaged. Patrick Mahomes got married early. I mean, if you look at I don't think Joe is engaged or anything. I don't know if he's
got another scenario for you. I don't even think Dak Prescott had gotten paid yet. Dak Prescott gets engaged or gets married, something that sort, and all of a sudden, boom, 60 million just came out of nowhere. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, that what it takes?
Wait a minute.
Hey, I'm finna grab somebody, dog.
Hey,
they give Ocho, they give out $250 million.
Listen, it's something about it. Now listen to me. I told you. I'm trying to get you on the same page for a very long time. You got to pull the trigger. I'm telling you, man. Listen, it's 2025, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take this year. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna have some. I ain't gonna have no fun. I'm gonna grind. At the top of 2026, I'm going into 2026 with a ring on my finger.
See,
I'm getting married.
See,
I ain't got time to play. Boy. Life is short. I'm on the back half now. I ain't got that many more good years left in me. You hear me? I ain't got too many more. I'm talking about good years.
See, Chad is about 10 years younger than Shannon. Okay, Chad is in his mid-40s, and you see that he sees the value in it already. He's like, look, I ain't got that many good years left. It's time to stop playing.
Right.
I'm gonna get married. Okay. He said by 2026, we already like almost halfway through 2025. He said by 2026, I'm gonna be married. I don't want to play no more. I'm gonna work, and by the time this year, next year, I'm gonna be married. So you see, he sees the value in it. Okay. Play on.
Listen, my 20s, my 30s, but I'm finna be 50, I ain't got time to be playing. Like, what we talking about? Let's think about it. We talking about? Like, really think about where we are in life. Seriously. We done played around in our 20s, having fun. We done played around in our 30s, having fun. We done played around in our 40s. I'm finna be 50. What we doing, baby?
See?
I'm finna get married. I ain't got time for this shit. Excuse me, I ain't mean to curse. I've been doing real good.
Press pause. I'm sorry. You see what he's finally coming to that realization. It's like, and this is why a lot of people think that men don't mature until a certain age. So we get like well into our 30s and 40s. It's just like, brother, you've been playing for 30 years almost. You've been messing around in the streets for damn near 30 years. What are you doing? It's time to settle down. It's been time to settle down, honestly. And be somebody's husband. Take heed to your life and hit certain checkpoints and say, okay, this is where I'm at in my life. That's what Ocho did. He said, I've hit certain checkpoints in my life, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing? He had a wake up call and said, all right, okay, it's time to stop playing. And we can't play like this. And it's so comforting to see Black men talk about marriage in such a positive way, because the world teaches us that marriage is just not, it's just something like, it's nothing of no value, right? Or that it's just a piece of paper. And the scriptures teach us otherwise. We're going to get into it because we're almost done. But you see that Chad is trying to, as you can see, he's been trying to tell Shannon all the time, look, you got to stop playing, You got to stop playing around. It's time to settle down and take this thing seriously, because we ain't got that many good years left. And you don't want to be some old man who's alone and you ain't got nobody. right? You had nobody to share all this with, all this life and all this wealth with, because your children, you know what I mean? You need somebody to share this with while you still living, right? Because when you gone, you gone, right?
Shannon got any kids?
He has like 3 or 4 kids. Okay. He got 3 or 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, imagine how they feel. Like you said, imagine how they feel when they hear that their father was messing around with some 19-year-old, 20-year-old, and now she's suing him for a whole bunch of money.
Right.
If my father came to me and told me I got me a 19-year-old, 20 girlfriend, I'd laugh both of them to scorn. I would. I'll clown both of them, especially her. You really think my father's gonna take care of you? I wouldn't even look at her like a stepmother. I'd look at her like a little sister or something. Girl, you 19, 20, you can't buy alcohol. Get out of my face. And get out of my father's house. Go back to your father's house, as a matter of fact. Get away from mine, go back to yours. My father can't do nothing for you, and you can't do nothing for him. Get away from him. All right? And you, old man, you should know better. Right? You should know better. Yeah, continue to play the video. Because Shannon eventually comes to the realization that, yeah, all right. Wait, before you start talking, you see his face. He's like, oh, crap.
It's stressing him.
It's stressing him out, right?
Because he know the brother's right.
He's right, exactly.
But his appetites are
overtaking
him.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
He's being tormented.
Ocho.
Talk to me.
You remember the song?
Come on, don't make me cry now.
Gee, isn't it funny how time just slips on away? I told you I don't measure my life in years. I measure my life in summers. And I'm constantly thinking, I'm waiting on my blood work to come back so I can see what my is everything's okay, my physical.
Oh, like, okay, so wait. Just that
what happened?
He just had blood work done, like his physicals and stuff, because Shannon actually had prostate cancer a few years ago. So he just want to make sure that he's okay. So his health, he's trying to keep up with his health, basically.
No, I thought it was her.
No.
Okay.
Continue.
Based on my family history,
right?
Probably somewhere between.
Ads me, I'm sorry.
I'm telling you.
Ads me on my nerves. I pay for YouTube Premium.
High end, probably 20 summers. Based on my family history, mom, dad, family history, so forth and so on. You're right, Ocho.
Come on now. Come on. There we go. Hey, come on, baby.
Right on.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's growth. Right there. That's growth.
It's time to get serious.
Yeah, you say that's growth.
That's growth. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm with you when you're right now. Come on, take your time.
It's just all this, you win awards, you lived your dream, you've done a great job trying to raise kids. And there are times I think, like, damn, everything that I've accomplished. Take the football aside, that's done. Now, who are you doing it for? Why are you doing it? And don't you want somebody to share that ride with?
There you
go. Come on, man.
See?
I'm sure driving cross country is fun. But I think it's better if you drive across country with somebody.
Without no Thelma, there was no Louise. What would be the point of Thelma if there's no Louise? You got Clyde, but who the hell was Clyde without Bonnie?
See, you just mentioned that.
Without Wheezy, there's no George. If it wasn't for Tom, who the hell was gonna chase Jerry?
So we need a partner. We need a combo.
Somebody, man. Some of the greatest stories in life is always two. It always has been. But you feeling good in your 20s? This ain't worry about it. I'm gonna find me somebody. You feeling good in your 30s? Oh man, don't worry about it. I'm gonna run through this little decade of 30s. Don't worry about it. Man, I done ran through my 40s. Oh man, what I'm doing? I'm looking at my watch. Wait a minute. I'm on the back end now. I'm on the back end. I done climbed the mountain and I'm scaling over the mountain now to go downhill.
Yeah.
Man, what we talking about? And the time went by so fast.
Yes.
It did,
I'm like,
bro.
what the hell? And it just dawned on me, like not too long ago, man, what the am I doing? Like I'm just acting like I can't get this time back. I'm wasting. So it make it easy for me to move a certain way based on I can't get this back.
Right.
I can't.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Now, if I was in my 20s, I understand. Okay, I could play a little longer. I'm in my 30s, I could play. I still got time. Man,
Stop.
What?
No. I was saying how much time is left.
One thing about that time, you can't get it back, and it do not stop. It do not stop.
7 minutes.
Let it run for another.
Man, please.
7 minutes.
Congrats to DK Metcalf and Norton.
Because that was the end of that subject.
Okay.
But y'all see, Shannon finally came around. Now, unfortunately, he may have come around too late. Okay, unfortunately, he may have come around because what was the published date on that video? Go to the other tab real fast and see what the published date on that video was. Because I know it was recent.
Does it say?
Scroll down. It should say like published such and such date in the info. I know it was recent, like within the last year or two. Maybe within the last 7, 8 months.
I don't see it.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to go look.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
But you see, he eventually came around and said, you know what? Yeah, I need to stop playing. I need to get my life together and get right and get me a wife. All right? So the scripture says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Right? Now let's go to Hebrews 13:4. Hebrews 13:4.
Hebrews 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
See, marriage is honorable in all. All right. The scripture, remember, the Most High gave us marriage, right? He gave us marriage to represent the union between Yahushua and church, right? But the union between man and woman, he gave us that, and it's an honorable thing. Okay, go ahead.
And the bed undefiled.
If marriage in the bed, if the marriage bed is undefiled, right? If you're two men, I'm sorry. Yo. If two married individuals come together, the bed is undefiled, right? Sex is supposed to be between two married individuals, a married man and a married woman. Okay, that's what makes it undefiled, right? But go ahead.
But whoremongers and adulterers,
right?
Yahweh will judge.
See, there you go. It says whoremongers and adulterers, the Most High will judge. You spend your life. See, Ocho said it. You spend your life, your 20s and your 30s, running through the streets, running through women, having this one on the side, dealing with this one. You got this one in this city, you got this one in that city. And the Lord said, yo, there's a judgment for that. You're dealing with whores, there's a judgment for that. All right? You're an adulterer, there's a judgment for that. Right? But there's always time to repent. Right? You can escape judgment if you repent. You turn away from it and say, you know what? That was wrong. I should not have done that. From this point forward, I will not participate in such things. And if you're sincere enough and if you're righteous enough, the Lord can pass the judgment. He can say, you know what? I see that. I see that you changed your ways. I'm gonna lift that judgment from you. Or he can say, you know what? The judgment will not be as fierce, but you know what? I gotta show you that there's a penalty for that. For the wickedness. I can't let you just get away scot-free. Right? But nonetheless, marriage is honorable in all, right? Get me Sirach 25:1. We're almost done. I promise. I know you say you got to be out of here at a certain time, but I'm almost done now. 25:1 and 2.
So 25:1 and 2. Sirach 25, verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before the Most High and men.
He said 3 things. I was beautified and stood up before the Most High and men. Right? Go ahead.
The unity of brotherhood.
Right, the unity of brothers. When the men come together and we are striving together in unity, that's a beautiful thing. Right? Go ahead.
The love of neighbors.
Love of neighbors, meaning that everybody in your community knows you, respects you, and loves you. If you have a good name in your community, that is a beautiful thing before God and men. Right? When you're known in the streets as an honorable person, nobody can speak against you. That is an honorable thing. Right? Read on.
A man and a wife that agreed together.
A man and a wife that agreed together. Especially if you are known in the community as the it couple, right? If you're the it couple or the model of marriage, like you ever been lived in a particular neighborhood and this old couple has been together for 50 years or something like that. They've been together for so long. People respect that and love that. And they're beautified before the Most High Man. It's a beautiful thing when you have been married for so long and people know you and love you and people can come to your wife if you like there's certain women in the hood that you can come to her or she watches your children for you and her husband comes home from work and everybody knows who he is and he might be the neighborhood handyman or whatever have you. Those types of couples that are known in the streets, they're beautified before God and men. Nobody respects them. Nobody tries to step between them. Nobody tries to break their marriage. Nobody tries to do no nonsense. Okay, right? Those things are beautiful. Listen, also talk about. Remember I mentioned LeBron James earlier, how he and his wife have been together since they were teenagers, and everybody respects them. Nobody tries to step to his wife, right? Nobody tries to get at her behind their back. Why? Because they respect LeBron James as a man, as a father, as a husband. Okay, they know who he is. His name is known all throughout the world. So nobody tries to step to her. Nobody tries to deal with her through the back channels. It's the same thing with what's his name, Steph Curry. He plays for the Golden State Warriors. He's been married to his wife for however long. I think they got married in college or right after college. And it's the same thing. Everybody respects him, so nobody tries to get at his wife behind her back. And she actually felt some type of way about that. She was like, why does nobody, try to, you know what I mean? Nobody looks at me anymore. And it's like, well, because we respect your marriage. We respect your husband.
She couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, she couldn't figure that out. She was confused. She was like, nobody, like, people stopped trying to, like, men stopped trying to flirt with me and this, that, and the third. She was like, it was like, yeah, because you're married to one of the most respected men in America, in the world. Why would we? That's a beautiful thing. You should be happy that nobody's trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody respects your marriage.
She has it twisted.
Definitely. We were all confused. Everybody was confused. Like, why would you do that? Yeah.
I'll say right quick. It's a lot of things. I heard a lot about them. LeBron James, a lot of them had what I had. And Stephen in prison, his wife. That's a lot of stuff. I don't know if people see on my phone.
I don't believe none of that. I don't believe none of that stuff. All right. I don't believe everything that I hear when it comes to celebrities and their marriages. But from what I understand, everybody respects those two athletes and their marriages because of the men that they are, right? They're widely respected among their peers. They're widely respected in their communities, and they're widely respected around the world. And because their wives are respectable women, right? Everybody respects them as a married couple. And that's something that should be beautified before God and men, as we read here in the scriptures, okay? So from there, how do we fix this? All right, what is the lesson here? What is the lesson here? Last couple scriptures. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18.
1 Corinthians 6 and 18. Flee fornication.
That's the lesson here. Flee fornication. What is fornication? Any sexual sin, sexual immorality, right? Run away from that type of stuff. Let's not commit fornication. Okay.
That's that fooling around.
Yeah, that fooling and messing around, non-committal. We're friends with benefits and sneaky links and all that, dealing with Instagram models on the low and OnlyFans and all that nonsense, right? Flee from that thing, right? Go ahead.
Every sin that a man doeth is without the body.
Right. Any sin that a man commits, when it says without the body, meaning he did that on his own. The church did not sanction that. That's what he means by the body. He's talking about the congregation. When a man commits sin, he did that on his own. We did not sanction that. We did not approve of that. We didn't send him to do it. All right. Any sin that a man commits, he does without the body. All right. He did that on his own. Right. Go ahead.
But he that committed fornication sinneth against his own body.
Sinneth against your own body. When you commit fornication, you're doing damage to yourself. Okay? When you commit fornication, you're doing damage to yourself. Why? Because you are disabling your ability to form connections with the opposite sex. All right? When a man is just, part of my language, when he's just sticking his rod in any old thing, it's not good. He's damaging his ability to connect with women. Okay? He's just going to see women as receptacles, if you will. Okay? I catch the drift, right? Right. That's all she's good for if he just continues to do that. And it's the same thing with women. If she's just opening her legs to any old man, guess what? She's damaging her ability to trust men from now on, because that's all they're going to look at her for. All you see me for is my body. Well, you gave it to me, right? You willingly laid with me. Okay? Therefore, you sinned against your own body. All right? Jump to chapter 7, verse 2 to 5.
First Corinthians 7 and 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication.
Right. See, one of the best ways, the best way to avoid fornication, right, is to do what? Read on.
Let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
Get married. That's basically what we say. Marriage is a defense against fornication. Okay? To avoid fornication, to avoid all these non-committal sexual relationships, and to avoid committing sexual sins, get married. Lay with your husband. Lay with your wife. Okay? That's how you avoid fornication. And you saw that's what Shannon came to. He came to that entered his mind and said, you know what? It entered Ocho's mind. He was like, you know what? It's
time.
I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this. Okay? I can't keep running the streets like this. It's time to settle down with a woman and make her mind and tie it up. All right? Tie the knot. Let's get it. It's time. All right? Read on.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Right, due benevolence, meaning husbands, please your wives physically, so to speak. Okay? Don't be afraid to physically please your wife. All right? Read on.
And likewise also the wife unto the husband.
There you go. See, it has to be reciprocal. It has to be. Remember, the Most High gave us sex between men and women so that way we can form a connection with each other, and so that way we can procreate. But the byproduct of it is that it's a reason it feels good. Okay, there's a reason for that. Most animals have sex just for the purpose of procreation. It's just something instinctual to them, right? They just do it out of instinct. But humans, we have sex so that way we can form a connection with each other. Okay, go ahead, Art.
We the only ones that do it face to face.
Exactly.
Only creatures that do it face to face.
Exactly. You have to look into her eyes when you're laying with her, right? That way you can form that bond. You're forming a covenant, okay? Because you're exchanging bodily fluids with each other. And two, when you look into each other's eyes when you're in the act, you're forming a connection with each other. And your body releases certain chemicals that form that bond with each other. All right? And the Lord gave it to us for that reason. He wants us to have a bond with each other. He didn't just want us to be like the animals that just lay with each other just so that they can procreate. All right. Read on, verse 4.
The wife had not power over her own body, but the husband.
Right, the husband has sexual access to the woman, to his wife. Okay, and he's the only one that should. She should not be laying with anybody else. All right. And notice it says husband and wife. It doesn't say just boyfriend, girlfriend, or jump off, or whatever. Right. It says the wife has not power over her own body, but the husband. She sexually belongs to her husband. All right. Read on.
And likewise, also the husband had not power over his own body, but the wife.
See, there you go. And it's reciprocal. Okay. If she wants some, she has to get it from her husband. And if he wants some, he has to get it from his wife. Okay. They belong to each other sexually, physically. All right. Read verse 5, please.
Defraud ye not one another, except it be with consent for a time.
Right. So he's saying defraud ye not one another, meaning don't withhold sex from each other unless it's for a genuine purpose, like this. Go ahead.
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
See, you're trying to strengthen your spiritual bond with each other, and just a lot of times it's to withhold sex for a while, to go abstinent for a time as husband and wife, so that way y'all can strengthen each other's bond, the bond y'all have with each other. Right? But he's saying don't defraud each other. I mean, like, you see how sometimes the wife will withhold sex from her husband just because she doesn't feel like it, or she'll say, oh, I got a headache and this, that, and the third, or whatever, this, that, and the third, I'm tired. He's saying don't do that. Don't withhold sex from each other out of spite, out of jealousy, or out of anger. But just if you're going to withhold sex from each other, do it for a genuine purpose, like you're strengthening your fasting and prayer. All right, go ahead.
And come together again, that Satan tempt ye not for your inconsistency.
Your incontinency, meaning so that way you guys don't stray from each other, right? That way you don't commit fornication with somebody else or commit adultery. Okay. Now, lastly, Shannon clearly has a lust spirit on him. Clearly, as a lot of us do. Now, how does he get rid of it? One, remember, we just mentioned flee fornication, get married. Right? He should get married, and he's coming to that conclusion. All right. Now, how else can he get rid of it? Get me. Give me 1 second. I know where it's at. Get me 1 second. Bear with me. I know where it is. Hold on. It just popped into my head. Give me 1 second. This kind goes out, not out, but by fasting and prayer. This kind goes out. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. Matthew 17, 21, 23. There we go. I was right there. Start at verse
Matthew
19.
What?
Matthew 17, verse 18.
Matthew 17, verse 18.
Right, because this is when the disciples came to Yahushua and asked him to remove the spirit off an individual that they couldn't. Okay, the spirit had a very strong hold on a particular individual, and Yahushua was like, okay, all right, I guess I got to do your job too, huh? And he came and healed that individual, and they were amazed. Right, go ahead.
And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour.
Right, so Yahushua was able to heal the boy on the spot, even though his disciples couldn't. Right, go ahead.
Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out?
Right, he said, how come we couldn't cast him out? They were confused. They were like, we tried our hardest, but why didn't it work? Right, go ahead.
And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief.
That's why it didn't work. Okay, Shannon didn't believe that he could find somebody that was going to be worth it for him. He did not believe that he probably didn't even believe that he was worthy of being married. Okay, he probably did not think that he would make a good husband. He probably did not think that he doesn't believe that he was a good father either. He honestly believes that about himself. That's why he's been in this way for as long as he has been. Okay, because he doesn't believe in himself. All right, read on.
And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief.
Right.
For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove.
Right.
And nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Right. So he's saying, listen, if you just had a little bit of faith, if you really believed it, it would work. Okay, we talk about it all the time. A mustard seed is this small, but it grows into a huge tree. And he said, if you have faith just as big as this, just a little bit of faith, you'll be fine. You can do wonders. You can do the impossible. So really, honestly, if Shannon just believed in himself and said, hey, look, you know what? I may have messed up before, may not have been a good partner in the past, may not have been a good father in the past, but you know what? I still have time to get it right. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna try my hardest, and I'm gonna, turn this thing around. All right, read on.
Howbeit, this kind goeth out not this. Excuse me, Slakia. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
By prayer and fasting. So certain spirits can only be removed by prayer and fasting. And I tell you right now, that lust spirit can only be removed by prayer and by fasting. So he might have to do some of that before some serious praying and some serious fasting. Because he's going to need it now too.
Yeah.
All right. When he's going through this lawsuit, this ordeal, he's going to need some prayers, and he's going to need to fast, because his life is on the line, really. Even though it's just a civil suit, his life, his reputation, and his livelihood is on the line here. All right. So I hope you brothers and sisters got something out of this. I hope y'all enjoyed the lesson and everything in between. I hope y'all enjoyed the videos real quick. Make it fast.
I speak about.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, as I say about, when the scripture read out of Sirach, about together, when Amos 3:3, can two
walk together? I say agree. Absolutely.
And then in the First Corinthians 2 verse 14, about discerning the spirit. And then verse 16, you'll have the mind.
Right.
Yahushua.
You'll have the mind of Yahushua. So if he had the mind of a married man, he would operate differently. All right. Absolutely. So y'all pray for your brother and hope that he comes on out of this on the other side. All right. And with that, we say shalom.